My favorite guitar player since I was like 4 years old, before I even picked up the guitar, has always been Michael Schenker. Growing up, my dad always had like Scorpions on, Lonesome Crow album, UFO, Strangers in the Night. And when I first started learning guitar, those were the riffs I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn riffs like Armed and Ready, Doctor Doctor, Only You Can Rock Me, Let It Roll, and Into the Arena. Definitely wasn't the best at playing those at the time. Please don't judge me. But if you're not yet a big Michael Schenker fan, you absolutely should become one. I recommend you first check out UFO Strangers of the Night, maybe UFO Obsession, and then MSG first album, MSG Built to Destroy. Those are good starting points. I'm actually going to link down below quite a few live concerts from UFO and Michael Schenker group to check out if you are unfamiliar with his work. Please go listen to all this stuff. I promise you're going to become a very big fan. All right, enough puppy love. Let's dive into 3 epic Michael Schenker licks. All right, we're going to start off with lick number 1. This is from Armed and Ready. It sounds like this. Awesome. All right, this one's going to be an E minor, like pentatonic bass, really. Michael Schenker's great at taking classic rock and roll blues licks and making them epic, and that's really what's going on here. So we start off with a classic little maneuver. And we're taking the concept, we duplicate it 4 times, and then 4 more times a slightly different way. So if you're following along in the tab, you'll see that it's literally just a duplicated pattern, so of 3 notes. So it's just... So I'm taking the B string 15th fret, picking that, whole step in, and then 12th fret high E, just down up. We do that exact maneuver 4 times. And I'm picking it down, down, up. You can kind of do whatever you would like, but that's what I'm doing. Now, after 4 times of just that, on the 5th time, it's the same concept, but we're moving the bend to the 17th fret. So we're getting this. And Michael Schenker is like crazy. He uses like his middle finger and stuff like that for these bends. I can't do that. I use my ring finger. So on the 5th time, we go up to here for a whole step bend. And then we alternate now, bend on 17, bend on 15, bend on 17, bend on 15. But we're doing the same pattern we were doing for the first 4, but we're alternating now. So we get... So that first little part of this lick here in Armed and Ready sounds like this. The next part is this. Right, so I'm assuming, I learned this by ear, so I'm assuming this is how he's doing it. We left off in the previous section there with our finger on the high E. That I am then rolling it to the B string. This may not be the exact way he's doing it. I learned it by ear, so there might be a little off here. But I'm rolling my finger to the B string. We're getting this. So I'm going 12th fret on the B string with a down, up on 15 of the B, pull off back to 12. And then we're going to start this, which we do 4 times as well. And what that is, that's 15 on the G, 12 on the B, 15 on the B, pull off to 12, 17 on the B, pull off to 12. Quick side note, you can actually take that same exact pattern and move it up a string set to the B and high E. He's not doing it in this lick, but you could if you wanted. You see guys like Jimmy Page doing that is really, really cool. So everything so far is this. Now this kind of connects to the next part of the solo. I just wanted to throw it in there. I'm not sure if I'm doing it exactly right, but he goes to the neck pickup and something like that. It seems like a classic blues rock lick, but he makes it sound quite epic in the solo if you go listen to it. So I'm just going neck pickup, sliding now middle finger G string to 16. And then B string 15, 17. High E 15, 17 with the whole step in. And that's where I'm cutting it off because the solo continues after that. But everything put together. Sounds like that. We try to put it together at a normal tempo. If you want tab for today's lesson and also a bonus fourth Michael Schenker lick, check out my Patreon. The link is down below. All right, so lick number 2, I went a little underground. I kind of dug around to try to find something a little unique. Now, I see him do this a lot in different songs and solos, kind of, especially in his more modern playing, which I would say starts probably in the late 80s to the 90s. It sounds like this. It's very, very cool. Alrighty, so I was analyzing his noodle in this video. I think I may have linked it down below. I can't remember. But anyways, you should check out this video. It's called like Michael Schenker's God. It's a really cool video to check out. Anyways, he's like noodling in this video. I was trying to figure out what key everything was in. And everything seemed to be like changing keys because he's just kind of noodling. And maybe that's just his style. And I think it is. So I have decided it seems that this is more E minor based. So that's important. I want you to know what key this is. But it's actually technically E Mixolydian. And it's really just moving the same concept in 3 octaves. So we're going to start here. I'm seeing like position 3 of E minor pentatonic. And we're going 5, up on 7, quick pull off to 5, slide 4. And then we're going to go to the A string, 7, 2, 5. Now we're going to go up an octave and we're going to go D string 7, 6. And then G string. I think he's doing a quick slide. He might not. His touch is so unique. It's hard to replicate. But 9, 7 on the G. And then B string 10, 9. And then slide 12 on the high E, 10. So that's a little kind of arpeggiated run. And he ends up going kind of classic rock and roll. So that's ring finger. It kind of slides up like that. High E, 15th fret, whole step bend. And then we go 12, hammer on, pull off, 15th fret. 15 on the B, back to 12 on the high E, back to 15 on the B with a whole step in. Oh, oops. So it's a cool run, like if you're just an E. Now, obviously, you want to move it to different keys, but. I don't know, it's kind of a cool thing to kind of throw in. He throws it in quite often. It's very, very cool. All right, lick number 3, if you're following along in the tab, is from Mother Mary, UFO, particularly taken from the Strangers in Night live album. It starts at minute 2:50, and it sounds like this. I learned this by ear, so it might not be 100%. And also, I checked a lot of other live variations, and he does it a little bit different every time. The same kind of idea of the run starting is the same. He ends it differently each time, though. So this one is from Mother Mary, Strangers in the Night. You need to go check it out if you haven't listened to that record yet. But it switches to an A chord. So I think the progression before this was like something like that, like a B flat to C power chord. But this goes to A. And right after the, not on the downbeat, but right after the downbeat of the A, he switches to A Mixolydian. That's where this run is. Right, so it switches. That's the context. So this is over A Mixolydian. Also, Michael Schenker seems to really love what I would call box 5 zone of the pentatonic. Wait, so an A would be like this, but he manipulates it heavily. But he seems to really like it with this phrasing. It's something to take note of. So high E string. I'm going to segment those two notes starting off because that's going to be a down up on the high E 14-15. The reason I'm going to isolate that is the next note starts a descending fours pattern. Tons of guys love this. It's been around for centuries. Michael Schenker loves it too. So these notes are kind of separate from... Right, that is literally, if we take A Mixolydian, starting from the A note in descending fours patterns, that's what that is. The run starts here. Downstroke on the 17th fret. The high E, we're going to go down 4 notes of the scale. So that's going to be 17, 15, 14 to 17 on the B. Back to the 15 of the high E to the 14. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll go back to 15 on the high E. That's 1, 2, 14 of the high E. Then we're going to go 17, 15 on the B. So that now it's 2 groupings of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to go back to the high E again on the 14th fret. And then after that, we're going to go 17, 15, 14 on the B. That's our last grouping of 4 right there. Right? Now this one gets weird. This next, we're still doing descending 4s, but we're going to start on the 17 now of the B. We have this so far. Now our pinky's going back to 17 of the B, then 15, then 14, then G string 16. That's our next grouping of 4 right there. Then we're going to go back to the B string, 15, 14, G string 16, 14. And then I choose to go 18 on the G, 16 on the G, 14 on the G, and then pinky D string 17. So everything so far? We'll do it really slowly here. Now back to the G string 16th fret. That's going to be our first note of the next group of 4. We have 16, 14 on the G. Then 17, 16 on the D. And then we're going to go to the G string 14, D string 17, 16, 14. So after we hit this D string 14th fret, we're going to go 16, 14, 16, pull off 14, slide 12. So we get, sounds like that. Then we ring finger plays 14, first finger 12. Then we move down to 10, hammer 11, then A string 12, 10, back to D string 12. All right, the whole lick from Mother Mary, slowly. All right, there you go. If you want tab for today's lesson, a bonus fourth Michael Schenker lick, check out my Patreon down below. I hope you got a lot out of today's lesson. If anything, please just go listen to Michael Schenker. I want you to become a massive Michael Schenker fan. Also, check the links down below if you want to check out some epic Michael Schenker concerts, from UFO to early MSG to some later MSG. There's really, really incredible stuff. Great songs, great guitar playing. All right, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.